Hey, good morning, San Antonio. Janet Wingrove here. I am so glad, or I'm happy to be with you this morning. Today, I want to talk about the appraisal waiver addendum. So, with today's real estate market being super competitive for buyers, buyers are trying to find ways to make their offers more attractive as they're facing multiple offers and also multiple cash offers. One way that a buyer can compete with the cash offers is by incorporating the appraisal waiver addendum into their offer. Now keep in mind that this addendum only works with conventional buyers. There are ways to do that with an FHA loan, but maybe we'll discuss that next time. So what is the appraisal waiver addendum? So the addendum has 3 paragraphs on there, and the buyer would check which one they will select one of the options on the addendum. So let's go over those. So the first paragraph on the appraisal waiver addendum is a full waiver of whatever the appraised value comes in. So for example, if a property is contracted at $400,000 and you decide that you as the buyer are going to waive the addendum or are going to waive the appraised value, whatever that value is. So if it comes in, you're contracted at $400,000, the appraisal comes in at $300,000, you are telling the seller that you are willing to bring the difference, $100,000, to the table in cash. So you're doing a full waiver regardless of what that appraisal amount is. So that's the first one, which is really good for the seller in the seller's eyes. The second one is a partial waiver. So here you put a cap on the appraised value. So let's use the same example as we did for paragraph 1. So let's say you're contracted at $400,000. That's the sales price on your contract. So here you would tell the seller, hey, I'm partially going to waive the appraised amount. But let's say you tell the seller, but the value has to be at least $360,000, right? So when the appraisal comes in, the value has to be at least $360,000 or higher. And then whatever the difference is, you will bring that to the table, to the closing table in cash. So a partial waiver is also a very good option. If you can't do the full waiver, then you would select paragraph 2. So the last one is paragraph 3, and here gives you an additional right to terminate based on the appraised value. So a lot of times we incorporate, or we do incorporate the third-party financing addendum whenever you have a loan that you're going to finance the purchase of your home. You have to put the third-party financing addendum into as part of your offer, right? So on that addendum, you have the number of days for credit approval. Well, what the third paragraph does, it allows you to add additional days on there to get that appraisal in. But like paragraph 2, you can also put a cap on what that appraised value needs to be. So essentially, the third paragraph gives the buyer an additional exit out of the contract. So it's not the most favorable when a seller is looking at this waiver, but it is there for the buyer to use as well. So I think if you're a buyer and you have that extra cash that you can bring to the table, then you would want to select option 1 or option 2 on the appraisal waiver addendum. And remember that this works with conventional loans, and this helps a buyer be more competitive against the multiple offer situation and multiple cash offers. And I'm happy to help you if you need further explanation of this form, as it's becoming more popular in today's competitive real estate market. You can always ask me a question in the comments section, or you can log on to janet.sahouses.com. I appreciate you guys watching.